I've noticed this common trend amongst those so-called investors who think that they are smart enough, but unknown to them that they are actually hurting themselves on the long run. For example, have you noticed that most of the people who actually had money to buy land about 4 or 5 years ago, but did not buy, rather they were saying, oh, if land finished, we go buy completed houses, destroy that house and build the kind of house where we want. Have you noticed that such kind of people are still struggling today to acquire a land, not to talk of a house that they would buy and demolish before building their own preferred kind of houses? You know, most people actually still don't understand the cycle we are in terms of real estate in Nigeria, right? Now, let me break certain things down to you as a real estate entrepreneur with almost a decade of practical experience. First, let's look at the concept of land. Land is actually an asset, is a commodity that is never being reproduced. You don't reproduce land if it gets finished. Now, this simply means that if I wanted to buy a land on this particular spot initially, and I delay to take that action, and somebody else goes ahead to buy that land, I can never get that land at that exact spot anymore, except I choose to buy it at a more higher price. The next option I have before me is the fact that I would need to move a step away, few meters away, few kilometers away from where that particular plot is. For example, in a place like Gwarimpa, right, about 8 to 10 years ago, there were varieties of land available for you to take advantage of. But simply because probably you didn't have the financial capacity as at that time, or you didn't deem it fit to invest in that area. Now, as we speak, other people have invested in those lands. Most of them have probably built their dream homes on that land. And if you must live in Gwarimpa now, you will be buying those properties at a very high value. The next option you have available for you, if you don't want to buy it at a very high value, is for you to consider moving few meters away or few kilometers away from Gwarimpa, and the next area of development after Gwarimpa is Karasana. So now people are currently positioning themselves in Karasana because they could not take advantage of Gwarimpa about 8 to 10 years ago. This simply means if you fail to position yourself in Karasana today and other people eventually invest in those areas, the next available area for you would be a place like maybe Zuba. In a nutshell, this particular point or this concept of land is simply to make you understand that, look, you have two options. It's either you buy it at a very high value today, or you move a little bit behind the city center tomorrow. So my advice for you watching me right now is to just position yourself the next available developing area anywhere you know, so long as that place is authentic, the property is genuine, and the developers seem to have good level of integrity and a good track record credibility. Then position yourself there. Development will definitely hit that area. Now, the second thing I want you to take note as far as this case or this cycle of real estate investment that we are currently in is concerned is the fact that the current inflation rate we are facing right now as a nation is very high. The inflation rate is so high and is actually affecting the purchasing power of Nigerians. Now, this simply means that if you could afford a 5 million naira land about 5 years ago, and your income, you didn't work on your income within that 5 years till now, you may not be able to acquire that 5 million naira land today. Another way to explain this is the fact that if you had 5 million naira about 5 years ago to buy a land and you did not buy that land, today you can't get the same land for 5 million naira. You'll be buying that land for maybe 15 million or 20 million naira, as the case may be. So can you see the difference now? Somebody who invested 5 million naira about 4 years ago, he has protected his fund, his investment from inflation. Now, if he wants to get his current value of that money, he will just simply sell that land at the current prevailing rate and then cash out is maybe 20 million or 25 million, and then he forges ahead with whatever business he wants to do. The inflation rate is reducing purchasing power. About 4 years ago, there were houses that we sold for 50 million, 60 million, some 100 million. But today, those houses are going, the one we sold for 50 million is going for about 120 million, 150 million. And the ones we sold for about 100 million naira is being sold for 200, 250 million, some as high as 280 million naira. It is not because the developers or the people who bought earlier wanted to hike or overhike the price. No, inflation also added to, that price increment. So you need to have this understanding that if you need to hedge against inflation, the best way to do that, to achieve that goal, is by investing in real estate. Next thing I need you to understand is the fact that the urbanization rate is rapidly increasing. People are beginning to see the need of coming into the city, right? Cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and the likes of them. Nigerians consider Abuja a very safe zone and a very safe city, in terms of maybe crisis and all of those insecurity. They feel that Abuja is one place that is safe to some extent because this is the city where the government, where the president is domiciled, right? So they feel that if I'm here in Abuja, I have some level of security assurance. And this simply means that when the supply does not meet with the demand, trust me, value will be very, very high. So the next thing I want you to understand is the fact that celebrities, most of your favorite celebrities are beginning to position themselves in the real estate industry. Most of them are not seeing the need to invest in property types that cater for the public, for the regular Nigerians. For example, block of flats, block of apartments, right? But rather, most of them still invest in luxury homes, which 70% of the common Nigerian would definitely not be able to afford. However, I've come across some celebrities who are actually coming up with plans that actually cater for what the masses actually need. I mean, 2-bedroom apartments, terrace duplexes, and the likes of them. Now, you need to understand that most of these celebrities may not necessarily be investing for initial profit or to make wealth or something. Most of them might just be investing for legacy. Most of them might just be investing for retirement, stuff like that, right? And this simply means that they may not be in a haste to put their property out there in the market. And this simply means that they can comfortably take their time to sell their house, no matter how long it takes them. They are not in their need of cash. This is not their regular business, day-to-day business that they need cash flow. No, they're just doing that for retirement planning or legacy building, right? So this is another thing you need to consider, that if people who have this kind of cash available at hand are investing, not even investing in the kind of real estate that the average Nigerian would need, then it is actually a concern, because they won't build for you. Most of them will not build for you. Most of them are building for the elites. Most of them are building for the influential people like themselves. That simply means you, the regular person, might not have the opportunity to own a property anytime soon, so long as this set of people manage the market in the kind of manner that they are doing currently. Now, I understand the concept of you as a businessman, as an investor. You have maybe 50 million or 100 million naira cash, and you say, okay, well, I want to quickly turn this money over. Let me invest in a business, and from the profit, I will begin to plan my real estate, whatever, maybe buy a land from there and all. It's a very good concept, and I totally agree with that concept, right? But my sincere question to this concept is this: if you can answer this, then I don't have a challenge with that. My question to you is, when you invest in this business with that 100 million naira, how long will it take for that business to get stabilized before it begins to yield profit for you to use that profit to buy a land? Another question to ask is, if you say, for instance, that business will take 2 years or 1 year or 3 years, as the case may be, will that land that you wanted to buy now, will it still be selling for the same amount as you should have bought it today in the next 2 years, or it would have gone up? The third question to this line of question is, if it has increased in value, how many percent has it increased in value? And is the profit you're making, will it be commensurate to the price difference of that land, right? If not, then I think you really need to consider this option very well. If you ask me, I would just advise you to split that into two. Now, there's a concept that developers give. For instance, if you have 100 million naira, you can use 50 million naira for your business, begin a business, and then invest another 50 million naira in real estate, right? This way, you're creating a stable kind of, cash generating or income generating system. This one is giving you cash flow like regular profit, while this one is appreciating in value in terms of returns on investment. Once again, I don't want you to misunderstand me. What I'm trying to draw your attention to is the fact that The game is getting harder by the day. Lands are getting expensive by the day. Communities are being built. Neighborhoods are being developed by the day. Neighborhoods are being occupied by the day. Communities are being occupied by the day, right? So don't wait until where is left is at the backside of the city where you might not find interesting anymore, right? So now that you have the means, you have the capacity, think wisely. 5 million naira, 10 million naira, 20 million naira, 100 million naira can get you something authentic within the city of Abuja. I'm Andrew Onoja. I'm a real estate entrepreneur with almost a decade of practical real estate experience. I am the best guy, the best person to help you position for whatever goal you want to achieve with real estate. Is it wealth creation? Is it retirement planning? Or is it legacy building? Just speak with me and I'll get it sorted out for you. I'm on a mission of helping Nigerians secure up to 5,000 plots within the next 10 years and up to 1,000 units of houses within the next 10 years. Join me on this mission of helping Nigerians secure plots for themselves and in their name, right? I would see you in my next video. For more inquiries and further information, kindly reach out to us via the number shown on your screen right now, and we would be so glad to get you on track. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.